Now, water is a basic necessity for human beings, but a village in Devanahalli, people are being deprived of water due to political clashes. Here's a report.
Men holding placards and protesting. A tire burning. Women and even children walking with empty plastic pots. You must be wondering what is happening here. We will tell you. These are visuals from Guppasandra in Devanahalli Taluk of Bengaluru Rural District. For the last 3 months, people of this village have been deprived of water. And the reasons are many. Firstly, there has been no water in the borewells dug in the village. Secondly, the fight between the JDS and Congress workers in the city. The Panchayat too is not taking any action to release water from the borewell situated outside the village to the taps in the village. Panchayat member Girijamma, when approached, allegedly asks people of the village to get water from the borewell that is situated outside the village. Villagers say that water is being supplied to Congress supporters overnight, while others have to collect water from the borewell that is a kilometer away.
JDS ಅವರು ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನಾವು ನೀರು ಹಿಡಿತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ, ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಇಲ್ದಿರ 3 ತಿಂಗಳಿಂದ ಈಚೆಗೆ ವಾಟರ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ತಮ್ಮನ ಮಗ ಬೇಕಾದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೈಟ್ 11 ಗಂಟೆ ರಾತ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದವ್ರಿಗೆ ನೀರು ಬಿಡಿಸೋದು, ಬಾಕಿದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿಸೋದು, ಈ ಥರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ. ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ದಿವಸ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಿತ್ತಾಕಿದ್ರು, ಅವ್ರಾಗ ಅವರೇ ತೊಟ್ಟಬೇಕಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಓಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ನೀಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಮನೆ ಪಂಚಾಯತ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಪಂಚಾಯತಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಜಿ ಕೊಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ವಿ ಬಾತ್ರೂಮ್ಗೆ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಕೂತಿದ್ದ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಿತ್ತಿ ಅಂತಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ನೀರು ಬರ್ತಾ ತೆಗೆದಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ.
Girijamma has a totally different story to narrate.
ವಾಟರ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಕೈಲಿ ನಾವು ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮೂರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರಿದೆ, ನಾವು ಸೈನ್ ಹಾಕಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪಿಡು ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗಿ ನಮ್ಮೂರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅವರೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ಯಾರು? ನೀರು ನೋಡಿ ಮೋಟರ್ ಕೆಟ್ಟೋದಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಟ್ಯಾಂಕರ್ ತರಿಸಿದ್ವಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ತೋಟಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ದಿರ ಅರ್ಧ ಊರೇ ಬಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ತೋಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ನಾವು ಇದು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಏನೋ ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೀವಿ, ಊರು ಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಇವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾತು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವ್ರು ಅಷ್ಟು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
200 households in the village have been affected due to lack of water. Politics is being played over water. The villagers seek the intervention of higher officials so that the issue will be solved. But the big question is, will it? A News9 report.
Now, a prime piece of land in the heart of Davangere has turned out to be a bone of contention. While farmers allege that the land is being usurped for temple construction, the members of the temple trust remain suspiciously mum. Here's a report.
These are the APMC premises in front of the Davangere bus station. Farmers were up in arms as this place, meant for agriculture, was being used up for a temple construction. Even a small portion of the temple that had come up was felt by the farmers themselves. They feel that the land must be used for agricultural purposes only. The temple trust here is the Balaji Tirumala Trust. As per the registration, the president of this trust is District in Charge Minister and APMC Minister Shamanur Shivashankarappa. Interestingly, there are rumours that as a minister, he should have saved this piece of land, but is giving permission for the temple to be built. This piece of land was purchased in 1987 for 2.75 lakh rupees, and now its value stands at 20 crore rupees. This being the case, the farmers say that there are big plans to encroach this land. If you ask the trust members about this, they say that they would answer everything in court. What has baffled farmers is how this land, which was purchased in 1987, stayed inactive for all these years, and suddenly when Shivashankarappa is at the helm of affairs, the temple construction sees a new impetus. The Farmers Association is now ready to wage a legal battle. Baswaraj Dodamani, News9, Davangere.
Well, it is said that the sisters of Hasanamba, a goddess from Hasan, stays at Devigere, which is a stone's throw away from the temple. It is now in a dilapidated state due to neglect.
This is the Hasanamba temple. It was built in the 12th century by Krishna Nayaka Paligar, and it happens to be a place of miracles. A little distance from this temple is Devigere. The Devigere is a reflection of the apathy of the endowment department. Even the Nagara Sabha has failed to maintain Devigere.
ಮಧ್ಯಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಶ್ರೀ ಹಾಸನಾಂಬಾ ದೇವಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ 3 ದೇವತೆಗಳು ಹಾಸನದ ದೇವರಗೆರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಲೆಸಿರುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಚಾಮುಂಡಿ, ವರಹಾಯಿ, ಇಂದ್ರಾಣಿ ಎಂಬ ದೇವತೆಗಳು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಭಾಗವು ಸ್ವಚ್ಛತೆ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಆ ದೇವತೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ರಮದಿಂದ ಯಾವ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಆ 3 ದೇವತೆಗಳಿಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ದೇವತೆಗಳ ಥರ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛತೆಯನ್ನು ಕಾಪಾಡಿ ಆ ಭಾಗವನ್ನು ಸ್ವಚ್ಛತೆಯಿಂದ ಇಡಬೇಕೆಂದು ನಾವು ಅರ್ಚಕರಾಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇವೆ.
Flower traders on the banks of the pond have also contributed to the mess. A while ago, H.D. Jwalanaya got a statue installed, but it was used by children to jump into the pond. This too lies in a dilapidated state now. This pond is also being used by people to defecate. The officials concerned need to wake up and take note of the situation, else it will only worsen. Kiran, News9, Hassan.
Now, Mysore Zoo has added variety to its list of animals. A bunch of zebras have landed at the zoo.
The Jayacharajendra Wadeyar Zoo has received new guests, and they are zebras from Israel. 4 zebras aged between 12 and 14 months have been brought from Ramat Gan Zoo in Tel Aviv. They are on view for visitors. The zebras have been brought under the animal exchange program. They are said to be found in hilly and grassy areas. Children seem to be excited at the sight of them. The Mysore Zoo authorities have brought in a rare species of zebras, and they already seem to be a big hit with visitors. Hemant Kumar, News9, Mysore.
After the winter cold recently wreaked havoc in the US, another disaster has now struck them, this time in the form of a killer tornado. Take a look.
Acres and acres of pure destruction. That is what this massive tornado brought with it. Take a look at the extent of damage. Vehicles, buildings, trees, nothing stood a chance against the wrath of this super tornado. It touched down about 16 kilometers west of Little Rock in the US and has claimed 17 lives till now. Moving at a speed of 129 kilometers per hour, it passed through central and southern United States and claimed 16 lives in Arkansas alone. The tornado grew to be 800 meters wide and remained close to the ground through most of its path. A region called Quapaw, which has about 900 residents, was also heavily damaged by the tornado. The violent storm destroyed entire neighborhoods within minutes, slicing an 8-mile path across the region. After hitting Quapaw, the tornado continued north into Kansas, striking Baxter Springs. It took down buildings of all sizes. Search crews and rescue personnel worked tirelessly to clear the debris and save as many lives as they could. Tornadoes also touched down in Arkansas, Nebraska, Iowa and Missouri, leaving residents in fear. Some of the worst damage occurred in Mayflower and Ark, where several homes were reduced to mere rubble by the strong winds. I'm just kind of numb. It's just shock that you lost everything. You don't understand everything you have until you realize that all I've got now is just what I have on. Several families were saved as they managed to get into their storm cellars. The White House issued a statement in which US President Barack Obama promised that the federal government would help in the recovery. The American president also praised the heroic efforts of the first responders and neighbors. Your country will be there to help you recover and rebuild as long as it takes. The tornado rated EF3 is one of the biggest the US has faced in the last decade. Until the entire search and rescue operations are complete, we will not know the total amount of loss, be it human or material. A News9 report.
Now, there could be further trouble in store for N. Srinivasan today. The Cricket Association of Bihar will seek a bar on Srinivasan representing the board at the ICC and will even look at taking the legal fight on that front outside India. Now, the ICC has deemed it an internal matter of the BCCI. It is essentially looking to the Supreme Court for a direction on the issue of N. Srinivasan being the Indian representative of the ICC board meetings. The Supreme Court has so far held that Srinivasan cannot come back as BCCI president until the completion of an investigation into the alleged betting and spot fixing scandals in the IPL. Well, in fact, there could be further trouble in store for N. Srinivasan today. The Cricket Association of Bihar will seek a bar on Srinivasan representing the board at the ICC and will even look at taking the legal fight on that front outside India. Now, the ICC has deemed it an internal matter of the BCCI. It is essentially looking to the Supreme Court for a direction on the issue of Srinivasan being the Indian representative at ICC board meetings. The Supreme Court has so far held that Srinivasan cannot come back as BCCI president until the completion of an investigation into the alleged betting and spot fixing scandals in the IPL.